They say, hey, put it all in your music. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Every time that I've been let down or it didn't work out, I don't have nothing to be proven. I seen it come, I seen it go. I seen it have a chance to grow. Stuck outside when it rained and snowed. So many things you never know. I'm still working on letting it go. Me and my life done went toe to toe. It broke my bones, I'm talking blow for blow. Living with a heart that's made of stone. Some days it's just me and God. I pray more when the times are getting hard. It should have been this way all the time. I'm knowing better now, 'cause times get hard. No, it's not easy. And if you lived a life like mine, then maybe you believe me. 'Cause time's getting hard. No, they're not easy. And if you lived a life like mine. So, thank you guys. So when I was 5 years old, my mother decided that it would be better off if she left her family. So she abandoned us. My dad, my siblings, and I was the youngest. And, you know, when you're young, you get a lot of things when you're young. You get awesome good looks. You get creative, crazy athletic abilities. And for many, you get hair. But for me, what youth gave me was perspective. It gave me perspective on life. It gave me a perspective on emotion, a perspective on people, and a perspective on reality. And to add insult to injury, she decided that it would be even cooler if she took all the money out of the savings account before she got on the plane. I mean, I don't know. But before you guys, I see faces are like crinkling up. But before you guys get too upset with her, I'm going to tell you what my aunt told me. And she's always told me this. That no matter what you're going through in life, even if it hurts you to your core, always give thanks. And when she said that, I thought, and psychologists say that when you're hurting, when something has hurt you so bad, it's hurt you so deep, that you repress it. So when you're repressing that, just remember, as you're getting older and things start to happen, we call those situations triggers. And as those triggers get to you, it'll start to manifest. And you'll start to see different things, and you'll start to feel that pain just bubbling up out of you. So let's go to something a little bit lighter. So I'm out to dinner, and I love hibachi food because I like them. They're like, oh, they're throwing the thing in there, and they're doing all this type of crazy stuff, and it's really good, and the food's going to be good, and then they chop the egg up, and they scramble the egg, and then they flip it up, and then it falls in your mouth. You're like, oh, my God, this dude is so awesome. So I'm out. And I run into Rita Brent as I'm walking into the hibachi restaurant, and we share a quick embrace. She's actually back there. We share a really quick embrace, and I go to sit at my table. If anybody knows anything about hibachi, when you go to hibachi, you'll end up sitting with people that may not be your party that you actually walked in with. So it was like me, one of my friends, Sharita ended up sitting down right beside me, and it was like a whole other family. So we're just sharing dinner together and talking as if we've probably known each other for years. So I told her, I said, it's crazy you're here because I'm having trouble with this TEDx talk. She says, give me the rundown. I give her the rundown. It takes about 30, 40 seconds. She says, you know what? I'm loving what I'm hearing. It sounds like you're talking about like emotions. You're talking about evolving. You're talking about emotional evolution. I said, perfect. So let's stop right here. Let's not have any rest of this conversation, because that's the idea. That we're just going to run with that one right there. So when she gave me the idea, I was like, oh, this is so cool. So I thought to myself, I said, you know, when I started music, I thought that you had to go through so much pain, so much strife. I mean, I thought you had to be on a continuous roller coaster of bad things happening to you. And then this happened. I saw the clouds yesterday, and it looked like it's gonna be a long one. Saw the girl of my dreams, and she looked like all that I imagined. I stood on top of the stage so high, I hope I never have to come down. Searching for forever in all of my fans' eyes, inspirational scavenger. Do you know how to catch a falling star? It's so sad that they'll never know who you are. And I know that your light will fade away with time. This is the fight that we fight to keep our dreams alive. Victory lives next door, but it's still not close enough. I wrote my life on this pad 1,000,000 times, feeling like I haven't seen enough. Oh, fight with the notion that this is my last time. I just might give it up. But it's all that I have when it all goes bad. Give me something to be living for. Oh, 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 oh. Do you know how to catch a falling star? It's so sad that you'll never know who you are. And I know that your light will fade away with time. This is the fight that we fight to keep our dreams alive. Thank you, guys. So, when it comes to emotion, in many communities and many cultures, to like show too much emotion is kind of taboo, especially when you start talking about men. You have to be solid as a rock. You have to be strong. I don't really assign to that. I think that it is great to show emotion. And my father always taught me that you should show emotion. I mean, if you're feeling it, cry. If you're feeling like laughing, you should probably laugh as well. So that song was the first time in my life that I quote unquote let the listener inside my head. So everything that I was feeling, I wanted you guys to feel. I want my listeners to be able to feel that. And man, when that started happening, I got hungry. I got hungry because I was hungry for life. I was hungry for experimentation, and that experimentation turned into. Now put your hands on the level of heaven, keep them away from the devil, and never buy what he's selling. Trust me, it's fire. Slim slickers to the who tripping, call up with a grip if he tighten, a little more defensive, and I am sure putting more out of life than the venom that they recite, represent it, then they will bite. I've been trying to reach it like got to it. They told me, say, give me more power to right. If you're feeling the twitch, like then everybody put your hands in the air. Oh, hands in the air. Oh, hands in the air. Now running and jumping streets, now flooded with people. One love he was speaking, one love he was speaking. I swear to God that Bob Marley was speaking. They want me touching the hearts of others. They tell me I'm dumb and I'm loving and I'm asking one question: why can I make this music? The gift has got me feeling motivated, so you can call me anything but stupid. Me God, me going hard, me Lord, me guard. Let them I got too much weight on my shoulders, weight on my shoulders, weight on my shoulders, weight on my shoulders. There's nothing I would rather do. Let's spit a reggae tune to you. If you're feeling this budget, then everybody put your hands in the air. Oh, hands in the air. Oh, hands in the air. Oh, hands in the air. Thank you. So at this point, I was hungry. I was experimenting. I was making great music. And I got this phone call. And on the other end of the line is this person, sweet young lady from Visit Jackson. She says, hello, I'm from Visit Jackson, and your friend told me that you're the artist that we are looking for to write a song for the city of Jackson. And I thought in my head, a song for the city of Jackson. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, well. Now, my immediate reaction is, of course, I'm going to get really, really nervous because I'm like, okay, I know she is not asking me to write a song for the city of Jackson. Me? Write a song for the city of Jackson? So, you have to think now, when somebody calls you and they commission you to write a song, as a singer and songwriter, you know whoever is on the other end of that line or around the board table, they probably know nothing about music. They know nothing. Like they think like the song just kind of, we're just going to call him and then tomorrow the song's just going to be done. Like we're just going to tell, and then like when he writes it, we're just going to tell him, hey, we want you to change all this stuff up over here. And can you get that to us back by 5 p.m.? You know, kind of like when you walk into the dry cleaners and you're like, you know, I'm going to bring this shirt in, but I really need it by 3. And like it's like 1:45 in the day and they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? So I started thinking. I said, you know what? I started thinking about the city. And I said, you know, I don't want people to view the city how they already view it. I want people to view the city how the city should be viewed, or actually how I see the city. Because every city has its problems. It's just like rain. Let's think about rain for a second. Let's go into our minds. We don't think about rain. So it's raining outside. And when it starts raining, 95% of people are saying, man, it's raining outside. I can't believe it's raining. It's been raining too long. It's all wet. I can't even go to the grocery store. Look at my hair. It's going to get messed up. All that good stuff. But 95% of those same people are saying when the sun comes out, man, it's too hot outside. I cannot believe this. What's going on? I wish it were like, so the weather is so temperamental literally because of those people. So you should be very upset with them. That's why the weather is the way it is. But there's 5%. There's 5% of people. When the rain's falling, they're sitting in a coffee shop. So picture 2 of your friends or picture whoever you're in love with. You guys are in a coffee shop. And the rain's falling and the coffee shop has a tin roof. I love tin roofs. And the raindrops are hitting it and it's creating cadence. That's how rain sounds to me. And doing that, let's flash to another part of the city. So these 2 people, they're in the coffee shop, but down the street in this neighborhood, it's a gated community. So it's safe, right? It's gated. It's probably not safe, but we're just going to say it's safe for them. There are these 2 kids, and they're asleep, and they hear the rain, and they're like, you know, one goes to the bedroom and taps the other one, and they're like, okay, you know, we got to get outside. So we're going to run outside real quick, and they're going to, because the door is locked, like they're too short to reach the knob, so they crawl through the doggy door. They crawl through the doggy door, and they're like, okay, let's get in mom and dad's boots. So they jump in their mom's and dad's boots, and they start stomping. They're stomping around. They're stomping around. They're stomping around in the rain. They're singing, and their parents come outside, and they see this, and they say, oh, man, this is beautiful. You can't even get on them. Like, they know they're not supposed to be outside, but you can't even get on one at this point. And you know what? Talking about my city, Jackson, Mississippi. Talking about my city. You're like, man, he's not going to sing more of the song. So I'm almost out of time. And because I'm almost out of time, come down, fellas. I want to say what a privilege it is to be here. It was hard for me to get on this stage tonight because my dad just died. He died Sunday. So this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But I want to let you guys know Emotional evolution is a real thing. And throughout your life, no matter what adversity you go through, just remember, it's going to be okay. You're prepared. My dad prepared me for all of this, and I am very much prepared. So if you don't take anything from this, take this. If you have a dream, hold on to it. That's your battery. My dad was my battery. And remember one thing, your passion will always make room for you. Good evening.